Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the Gaming Weekly, and tonight the prestigious, the coveted, the highly glorious Sword Tournament Championship battle will be contested tonight on Halo, and the winner of the match will indeed become the esteemed champion as we welcome you to the Friday brand. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GameSide. Adrian, Matt, and XboxFreakPete at GameSide and Xbox. I cannot believe it. First off, two developing stories. The first one, the Sword Tournament Championship on the line. And secondly, you're going to have an answer to the proposal that was laid out this past week when Steve Joe stated, hey, listen, why don't we do a 3v3? It takes longer to do a 7v7, so let's cut it down to 3v3. Xbox, welcome. I understand that you're going to give that answer at the end of the broadcast.
I mean, I'll be giving my, this. Stay tuned for that.
And ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we cannot wait. It's going to be at the end of the broadcast. But man, this is a great lobby here tonight. There you see Petroni, who is the Cookie Monster, looking to affect more members here. This is indeed TGW Cookies, and let's talk about the rules. The infected Petroni, the guy with the energy sword, is going to have to do all he can to try to infect every single superstar in the lobby. Under 1 minute and 55 seconds, the question is, can he do so, as opposed to the Spartans, on the other hand, the humans, they have to try to survive the infection here tonight. Anyways, what is the strategy?
For Petroni, he needs to, one, not kill himself, and two, he needs to trap the Spartans in corners, which is arguably like the best.
Well, this is a very, very dark room. This is a very gloomy place. The suspense begins to build. Petroni only has two superstars left in which he has to try to infect. That's Grumpy and Spartan Rooks, who's joining us for the first time in 5 years. Spartan Rooks, along with Corgi36, joining us for the first time in 5 years, folks. These are great TGW superstars who joined us back in the day. But Grumpy, who was a #1 contender, will be in that contendership battle later on tonight for the Sword Tournament title. But before we get to that, though, Brandon became the last man standing a couple of weeks ago in this game, and now Spartan Rooks and Grumpy could be the last two men standing right now, and indeed they do. 5 against the onslaught of the Cookie Monster, everybody. What a great night thus far. Here tonight, a part of the Gaming Weekly, where tonight we are crowning a Sword Tournament champion. Yes, that is correct, ladies and gentlemen, a Sword Tournament champion. If you're wondering why, well, the Sword Tournament champion, Mark, cannot show up here tonight. The Sword Tournament champion will be held in abeyance, meaning that there will be a new Sword Tournament champion crowned here tonight in TGW. Oh my, and now Grumpy already wielding the energy sword right across me. Now I can spectate Petroni, who was the hunter, now the hunted. He was infected by Grumpy, of course. Now there's Galaxy Wizard, who joins us for the first time here tonight. Folks, I cannot get this out of my mind, though. What Steve Joe presented this past week in TGW. Steve Joe stated that he wanted to present this proposal. He wanted a 3v3 as opposed to a 7v7, saying that, hey, listen, a 7v7 is going to be much longer. As Grumpy now adding Slim Shady to the list, of course, a #1 contender later on tonight. Slim Shady, of course, getting infected. Grumpy now looking right in the spine. Great assassination scene live right now. That was XboxFreakPete, my broadcast colleague, who's AFK at the moment. And oh my, look at this! This member just juked the Cookie Monster as Rebel T787 just rejoined the game, but nonetheless, Grumpy, though, couldn't get the Spartan. And Xbox is back with us here tonight. Welcome, partner. I was just talking about the fact that Steve Joe was stating that he wants to do this proposal of 3v3. He doesn't want to wait any longer. In fact, he believes in his mind that it's better to do a 3v3 as opposed to a 7v7.
Well, it's very obvious that this kid doesn't even have 7 members in his clan to take us on, which is very understandable considering like how he's like as a person. But I will accept the 3v3.
Oh my, we're going to be finding out if Steve Joe now is going to, well, perhaps retaliate after those comments. Steve Joe 93, there you see, he's in the game right now. Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Joe 93, one of the contenders later on tonight. He will be involved in the Sword Tournament Championship up for grabs. We understand that a new Sword Tournament champion will be on the line. There's Steve Joe 93 still alive, and I'll tell you this much, Xbox. Hey, listen, despite the fact that you had some choice of words against Steve Joe may have your number, as we are going to get to that in a minute. But look at Rebel T1087 now. The deceased list, and Grumpy now adding Rebel T1087. Rebel went down and out. Rebel's down, folks. Now here comes more superstars running around. Yeah, so joining us for the first time, he's down. Corgi36 joining us for the first time in 5 years, as I mentioned. He's now down and out. Rebel T-Time 87, I believe, folks, that there might be some sort of Yeah, there is some sort of glitch. Rebel T-87, who joined in late, due to the late, there are 2 elites now. There are 2 cookie monsters in the game. It's actually Rebel T-87 and Grumpy. And oh my, Rebel had him cornered, but it looks like one of them just juked Rebel T-87. Let's go back to the developing story. As you can see, Waters had no chance. Waters was infected by Grumpy, and then Rebel was right behind. But Water, of course, going down. And Rebel T-87 and Grumpy are the last 2 standing, folks. So I have no other choice but to end the game here. We'll continue on after this broadcast. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Myers, and of course we've done this game a couple of weeks back as well on TGW. It is the same, just like we saw moments ago with Cookies. There will be a man with the energy sword. The only difference is the humans, though, have the innate ability to shoot Mike Myers if you are the last man standing. But if you're not the last man standing, in other words, happening right now, then you cannot shoot down the Mike Myers, and the Mike Myers is going to have to try to do all he can to try to infect everybody here. As Rebel T-87 now looking right into the eyes of his next opponent, that is Corgi36, a TGW legend Xbox Freak Pete. You may have remembered Corgi36 back in the day. He actually played a lot of the Halo Reach game nights as well. You were in the same lobby with the guy, along with his brother, who's joining us live tonight as well. Spartan Rooks.
Yeah, dude, I remember.
Yeah, you remember how destructive he can be. As Rebel T-87, though, missing through. Corgi36 so elusive here tonight, escaping the Mike Myers now. There is Steve Joe 93. We're going to be seeing him in action later on tonight. DSO Nub Zero, who is joining us here tonight for the first time in TGW, is joining us along with his brother as well. That is none other than Galaxy Wizard. And I do like the colors that they... Oh, wait a minute! Rebel T-87 right now infecting Xbox Freak Pete. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Xbox Freak Pete, you got infected there, partner. But Galaxy Wizard, on the other hand, he ran out of there as soon as he saw your carcass flying through.
I didn't just get infected, dude. I got penetrated by that sword.
Yeah, there's a lot of different, well, I mean, I'll tell you, it was radiating through your Spartan, I'll tell you that much. The amount of power that was, of course, delivered off that shot there. That Spartan Rooks, though, is looking on. The brother of Corgi36 is right next to, I believe, DSO Nub Zero. Same, wait a minute, Rebel T-87 realizing that there may be a human near him, perhaps not. Rebel T-87, of course, joining us for the blue brand, an exclusive red brand commentator, but nonetheless is here tonight, a part of the blue brand events. Of course, Xbox Freak Pete confirming earlier tonight that you accepted the proposal from Steve Joe 93 last week in TGW. Steve Joe joined the broadcast, stating that he wanted to do the 3v3, that it was going to be longer if it was going to be 7v7. You retaliated by saying, hey, listen, you know what? This is just all excuses from Steve Joe. Steve Joe's just only saying it because he doesn't have 7 members in his clan.
Yes, true.
Here comes the shark, Rebel T-87, under the tunnel here, folks, and it could break down here. Rebel T-10 now, oh my, DSO now, going downhill. Here comes Rebel attacking Spartan Rooks. Double kill indeed, triple kill now. Waters is down and out. That was 3 kills already from Rebel T-87. He only has Galaxy left along with Corgi36, but let's not forget again the caveat of this matchup. The fact that Rebel T-87 is going to have to watch out whenever there's a last man standing, as the last man standing does have the opportunity to kill the Mike Myers. Here comes Rebel T-87 advancing, approaching perhaps on the next superstar. That is Galaxy Wizard, who's doing a pretty good job hiding away. And also again, Corgi36, who has some experience in TGW, folks. Corgi36 is on top of the platform, is now continuing to be elusive, and that's some of the things that you're going to want to do. You got to be elusive in a matchup like this. You got to stay away from Mike Myers for the next minute and 48 seconds and counting, because it really is going to help you. As you can see now, Rebel T-87 still surveying this entire map. So, I mean, let's ask the question, Xbox. If you are Rebel, what do you have to do for the next minute and 35 seconds to try to knock down the 2 superstars here?
You need to scatter around like the entirety of the map as fast as possible, but at the same time you gotta look in spots where you've not looked before the first lap.
Well, you're right. Sometimes you're gonna have to look into new places, but sometimes, though, there are some places where these TGW superstars like to hide at the same place over and over. I was gonna make the point, though. It's gonna be very important as Grumpy now joins the game. Grumpy is a #1 contender. Later on tonight, we're going to be seeing him in action. Rebel T-87 having some trouble trying to locate the last 2 superstars. Really the last 3 now. That Grumpy is a human now. He joined us pretty late. A minute remaining. There's Corgi36. Like I said, a pretty interesting spot. A very unorthodox spot at that. We haven't seen anybody actually hide away there. But nonetheless, Corgi36, though, well, it is a very effective spot there. Could perhaps maybe take him to the victory here tonight. Only has 40 seconds left. Moments ago, we saw the victory on Cookies.
Dang.
And tonight, though, in TGW, we're going to be broadcasting the victory for these guys. Rebel T-87, who's still searching here. 30 seconds remaining now. Can Rebel somehow get the last 3 gentlemen involved? Rebel Team 87 now with the energy sword in hand. We know how vicious that can be as well. Let's not forget the energy sword will be in use later on tonight, part of the Sword Tournament Championship. There will be a new champion crowned. The fact that Mark is not going to be here tonight, Mark being the old Sword Tournament champion, a previous Sword Tournament champion. And here we go, folks. Rebel Team 77 at the last second. Look at Galaxy. That's it. Galaxy was able to escape the wrath of Mike Myers. Galaxy did it. Galaxy did it at the last second along with Corgi 36 and Grumpy. But that was pretty interesting. Rebel Team 87 was literally fingertips away from getting the final victim, or at least one of 3 victims, I should say. And Galaxy at the last second literally ran away right there. Well, here we go. Continuing on, this is going to be pretty interesting, folks. Again, the next round. Xbox Freak Pete, you're having a great time tonight. Corgi 36 as well. There's M2 trying to play some psychological factors here in this matchup, looking right into the the opponent to deliver the assassination. That was Slim Shady. Slim Shady down and out. So here comes Waters, going to continue this path of destruction. And well, for Waters, it's not only going to be very easy for him to try to knock the opponents down, but it's going to be, well, quite interesting how he's going to kill the opponents here, just like that. Galaxy. This is the second assassination of the matchup, assassinating Corgi 36, the TGW veteran. Here comes Waters, beginning to pick up the momentum, beginning to pick up the pace too. 4 minutes and 17 seconds and counting on a night where, again, the Sword Tournament Championship will be on the line, but also the fact that you agreed to the terms of Steve Joe. As Rebel Team 87, who was the former Mike Myers, now finally getting infected right there. Waters underneath the tunnel. As we take a look at the other superstars, here's Spartan Rooks, who's near that area. And, well, again, Steve Joe 93 as well, along with the other members. This is going to be where, again, a lot of anxiety begins to build. And I really like the where Grumpy's at right now. I really do like that spot. As Galaxy Wizard is down and out. Galaxy Wizard, yes. Galaxy Wizard, who was one of the last men standing in the previous round, won't be one of the last men standing in this round. But Xbox, how confident are you feeling over the fact that you believe you may be winning this round?
Well, I'm not pretty confident because, I mean, if you can spectate me, I'm about to die alongside Steve.
Yeah, you actually got firsthand, well, knocking down Xbox Freak Pete. And I was just about to make the point that we talked about that we liked Grumpy, at least I like Grumpy's spot, but Waters eliminated Grumpy's right there, so there we go. Well, he's down. So, and Waters man is dominating here. Steve Joe was trying to evade Waters, trying to get out of harm's way. Waters, though, literally with the energy sword and now attacking DSO. DSO is down from behind. And let's not forget, Spartan Rooks now has the chance, I believe, to knock down Waters. But nevertheless, though, Waters now attacking the last man standing. At least in pursuit of the last man standing.
Boom.
And oh my! Did you see that? Waters, though, from behind, really taking it to Spartans.
Waters executing dominating fashion tonight.
Absolutely dominating, and not just that, but also very interesting to note that Waters is the Gladiator. So, of course, there's a lot that Waters is learning over the past couple of weeks playing the Halo games. And speaking about the Gladiator Championship, folks, next week TGW will be presenting yet again on Halo 2 the Gladiator title up for grabs, every man for themselves on that game. Going to be quite interesting to see how many superstars are going to be attending for that game. As you can see, Xbox Freak Pete wandering off, Corgi 36 as well. This is an interesting battle. Mike Myers, though, as you can see, Spartan Rooks is he's the Mike Myers. He just knocked down his own brother, Corgi 36, his own flesh and blood. Every man for themselves, though. Let's not forget about that. 4 minutes and 23 seconds and counting.
Get this kid off me. Yeah, baby.
Xbox Freak Pete getting infected, and Waters too. Spartan Rooks now infecting 2 superstars at once. That was a double kill now, as Spartan Rooks looking, maybe the next victim here. That is none other than, I believe, there we go, what a great assassination. Slim Shady getting assassinated right midair. Slim Shady getting destroyed.
Yeah, man.
Wait, it was. Well, Spartan Rooks is deceptively quick here. Not just that, but also the intentional fortitude begins to build whenever he actually gets a human now. Every single time he gets a human, or at least he eliminates a human, you best believe that is a momentum boost. As you can see, Spartan Rooks looking another victim, and that's Steve Joe 93, the last contender, part of the Sword Tournament contender chase. The man that, proposed the idea for a 3v3, you accepted in behalf. As you can see, Spartan Rooks looking around. Wasted a little moment for Steve, I should say, none other than Spartan Rooks. And another one there, Rebel Team 87, getting clocked already. Spartan Rooks is quite impressive here. In fact, he got so many of the TGW superstars in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'd say about half the game is gone by and already.
Well, more than half.
Over half the field's gone.
And DSO, Grumpy, and Galaxy are still alive. Pretty good strategy they're employing right there. A very effective strategy, trying to knock down, trying to block out the Mike Myers. Let us not forget, if you are last man standing, you will indeed have that ability to knock down the Mike Myers. And there's Galaxy Wizard, I believe, folks, may be hunted down by the Mike Myers. If not, he is trying to do all oh, there we go. Galaxy Wizard realized that the Mike Myers is right there, and Spartan Rook's wasting little time and got him there. Galaxy Wizard had a plan, but that plan was thwarted by the Mike Myers as he wielded that energy sword into the spine, knocking down the opponent in the process. As we can see, Grumpy and Nub-Zero are the last man standing here. The last two is Spartan Rook's looking to at least, well, as a Spartan that is, trying to knock these two down, realizing the two are in this room. What's your prediction of this juncture, partner?
Well, with the Spartan Rook's momentum at this point in time, I believe that he is getting ready to kill both of them.
Yes, he is. And oh my, wait a minute. Oh my, once again, out of nowhere, the Mike Myers knocking two of these superstars down. I do want to preface this by saying that there's some sort of glitch in the lobby. Usually whenever there's a last man standing, they have the chance to kill the Mike Myers. For some reason, it's not working here. However, it makes the game that much more interesting. But nonetheless, they have 5 minutes to survive. The onslaught, the destructive tendencies of the Mike Myers. He has the energy sword in hand, folks. There he is, the Mike Myers. Well, we're going to go ahead and try to spectate the Mike Myers here. And folks, I do have to mention this point. As you can see already, Steve Joe 93 infecting Corgi 36. The point I was going to make that this could be easy practice for Steve Joe as he's preparing for that Sword Tournament Championship battle later on tonight.
Yeah.
Steve Joe 93. Yep. Oh man, Galaxy Wizard getting knocked down. Steve Joe 93 looking on. Trying to knock down this man, that is Grumpy. And Grumpy, can he escape the wrath of Mike Myers? Mike Myers is so deviant, so diabolical. We've seen so many superstars play the character of Mike Myers. We understand how creative they can be when it comes to the kills, the assassinations, the way they eliminate their opponents. Grumpy is no different. So you can see now, folks, again, Galaxy Wizard looking on. There's DSO getting infected. Steve Joe 93 really having an easy time here attacking Rebel T-1087. We know how destructive Steve Joe can be with the energy sword. We've seen it in a number of different occasions in the past. He is again, he is so destructive with that weapon. He is so good with it that it's just become natural for him to use that weapon. Yeah, indeed. XboxFreakPete, you were done for. Getting eliminated there.
Baby, yeah.
You're just enjoying yourself tonight, aren't you?
No, I mean, like, every time that I hide, there is always a spot up the top, up the top of my head.
It's waters. So, you know what you need? You need a bucket of fries, or basket of fries, actually.
I need a break. I need a Kit Kat.
I need a Kit Kat, too. I love Kit Kats.
Yeah, dude. I need a Snickers.
What would he do for a Klondike bar, though?
Yeah, buddy, a lot of things. A lot of things.
Well, what would Steve Joe do to get at least one more superstar here tonight? Steve Joe 93, I'll tell you, he is not only gaining more momentum, but also speed. Can Steve Joe 93 be another man to eliminate all superstars in the matchup? We saw it with Waters earlier on, and Slim Shady knocked down two superstars, and here we go. It is Steve Joe up against Spartan Rooks. Spartan Rooks getting knocked down. I'm being told, folks, from the producers that this is going to be the final round. If you just joined us here tonight, a part of the Gaming Weekly, thank you for joining us on a night where the Sword Tournament Championship will be up for grabs, and XboxFreakPete issuing that, well, acceptance. He is going to accept Steve Joe's proposal. More on that information later on tonight. CMZ Grumpy now running around. This is the final round. Of course, these superstars involved in the game would love to make a name for themselves, trying to make sure they reach to the next stratosphere in their tenure in TGW. Slim Shady is now back to being the Mike Myers. Slim Shady could be absolutely slim and very slick in the matchup. Having a hold of the energy sword in hand, and perhaps maybe this is going to be where frustration begins to build for Slim, at least for the beginning portion of this matchup, where you cannot find any of his humans. Sometimes when you don't find humans, sometimes the pressure and frustration begins to build inside could work against you.
Yeah, I mean,
Grumpy goes down.
If you're the dude blocking kills and you just see Spartans flawlessly just running from you, you know good and well that you can't do nothing about it. You just get those mental thoughts in your head, you know?
Oh, Xbox, you gotta spectate DSO and Galaxy Wizard. What an absolutely incredible spot they picked to be in. They are
Thanks for telling
behind
me. I'm
a
gonna
kill
run
ball.
there right now.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I thought you were eliminated there. But nonetheless, it is with them right now. They are behind the kill ball, and this could minimize the chances for the Mike Myers to actually go over there and eliminate them, folks, because they are inside, well, somewhat inside the kill ball here. Mike Myers is going to look at that, as you can see now, attacking Steve Joe, who's on top of the platform there. But the Mike Myers is going to look at the kill ball and realize, hey, we can't go in there. If I go in there, I get eliminated now. But instead, Galaxy, on the other hand, I believe that's Galaxy that ran away. Galaxy said, hey, you know what? No, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and run away and do my own thing. But that could have worked against him, as you can see Slim Shady, though, adding none other than Galaxy to the victims list. And, folks, this matchup now breaks down yet again. This could be the turning point, however, as Slim Shady has reached to the midpoint of the matchup. Slim Shady on the left. Can Slim Shady do it? It is a tough task ahead of him, but he's going to have to try to focus at the task at hand. Slim Shady now realizing he's reassessing the everything that he's trying to strategize now. I want to go back to this, though. DSO Nub Zero, and I believe there's another Spartan right next to him. I believe that could be you, XboxFreakPete. I'm not quite sure. That is not you. Never mind. I apologize for that. You're still in that room.
Yeah, I did. Nice spot.
Well, yeah, you have a pretty secure spot. DSO now getting infected. So, Xbox, got to get in your mind a little bit here. Put you in the hot seat. Whenever you see all these humans going down, does that actually build some suspense for you?
Yes, it kind of does, because the less Spartans, the less targets for the Michael Myers. So if I'm the last one, I could either survive the round or just die trying.
That's why you are the commentator of the year, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I have
for 2020 that
for like less than 2 months. Commentator of the year. Hey, it's crazy.
I won the, never mind. Anyway, so here we go. Again, matchup breaking down. Slim Shady, oh my, infecting Waters now. Waters was just so close. You see Slim Shady continues his cockiness, I guess, disrespecting Waters, teabagging the deceased body. So here we go. XboxFreakPete and Corgi, what do you mean nice? Oh my, Corgi 36 flying.
You gotta add insult to injury every time.
No, you don't add insult to injury. Yes, sometimes you gotta be respectful to these great players, and I'm not really sure if teabagging would be one way to show it. But nonetheless, Slim Shady, though, continues his pursuit. XboxFreakPete being the last man standing. And wait a minute, you may say that you like him whenever he teabags others, but that might be a hypocritical move, because imagine if he actually knocks you down. You don't want him to teabag you, him being Slim Shady.
No, I do not. No.
But did you see that? Slim Shady was literally so close to you, but he actually didn't see you.
Yes, I mean, I've chosen a really good high spot. We got 1 minute left. I pray to God that he does not find me. But we'll see what happens in the coming minute.
Psychologically speaking, the time is ticking down incredibly slowly for you. However, vice versa, conversely speaking, for Mike Myers, the time is really, really rushing down because, again, it's all for none other than XboxFreakPete. He needs to survive for the next 30 seconds, well, 35 seconds now and counting. But nonetheless, though, for Mike Myers, he needs to find XboxFreakPete here. Can it happen? Can it actually happen? I'm not quite sure. I mean, I think it's safe to say that he might not find you, but then again, he's quite close to you at the same time. But Slim Shady 2376, hey, I'll tell you, he might actually miss through, and he might actually let you live.
Yeah, dude, time's a ticking for Slim Shady. 10 seconds. I doubt if he's going to find me, but
He may not find you. It's too late here. And Slim Shady, look at the defiant Slim Shady saying, hey, you know what, I might not get the last man standing, but I'll go ahead and get out of here in style, just teabagging while we're, of course, ending the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one final game before we, of course, lead off to the main event, the Sword Tournament title on the line. We do have some breaking news regarding the Sword Tournament Championship. We understand that Mark, the Sword Tournament Champion, at least the ex-Sword Tournament Champion, can't make it tonight, so there will be somebody who's going to be taking his place to make it a fatal four-way. We're going to be finding out who's going to be that man later on tonight. But, ladies and gentlemen, do we have a treat for you? One of the greatest games in TGW history. It is a game that revolutionized the Gaming Weekly back in 2016. It is none other than the Indiana Jones 199 parkour. Ladies and gentlemen, we only got 2 rounds left on the Indiana Jones 199. We've been here back in 2019 and back in 2016 and 2017 as well. The parkour championships were on the line in the past. This is just a practice round. All TGW superstars They really need to make to the end. At the end, there is an oddball that is awaiting for them. As you can see, some of these members now going downhill left and right. There are a lot of tricks in this map, as XboxFreakPete may be leading the way. Well, right behind him, though, I believe that's none other than Corgi36. Corgi36 is very familiar with this map. In fact, 5 years ago, he did attend the Gaming Weekly game nights back then, and Indiana Jones was a hot one, and he used to actually attend those all the time.
Yes, and a TGW legend joining us tonight. Gotta love it.
Well, a lot of different legends, including Spartan Rooks, as well as Corgi36, yours truly, XboxFreakPete, joining us as well.
Yeah.
And many new members. A mixture of all these great TGW superstars really taking a glimpse what the Gaming Weekly is all about. New members like DSO and Galaxy Wizard, and, well, of course, we know Slim Shady, the #1 contender for later on tonight for the Sword Tournament title on the line, as XboxFreakPete now continues his ways. XboxFreakPete may win this matchup, and can you imagine, partner, if you actually win this match, the Parkour Championship isn't up for grabs?
Well, I mean, I would solidify myself in the Parkour Championship match, and that is what I plan on doing tonight.
You can't hear him, but he just said, "This is awesome," from Waters. And this is awesome. Let's see if we're going to be last man standing. At least who's going to be the parkour winner. Corgi36 now, up above, landing on his feet, continues the platform, and now continues the parkour map. Slim Shady knocked down. XboxFreakPete trying to get out of here. Partner, you might want to, there we go, I was going to say, you might want to go backwards. Now using the speed in his own advantage. Up and over the top, continues again the different layers. You might want to watch out, there's a landmine there. You got eliminated last time with that, well, at least behind the scenes. But nonetheless, now you understood exactly that mistake. And that's what Halo's all about. Sometimes you make your mistakes and you correct them later on. And speaking about a mistake, I believe it was none other than Corgi who made a mistake and was eliminated moments ago. Rated Indiana Jones 199 matchup that is happening live tonight, folks. You can see the 3 letters RUN. That means run. In Xbox, I'm not quite sure if you know the definition of run, but it means basically you got to just start running.
Yeah, and I know what it means.
Nonetheless, as you can see now, all members running indeed.
Lost the lead.
Yeah, I mean, anyway,
That was good. Hey, I won 2 awards. I don't want to say it out loud, but I won 2 awards. So I won something.
Yeah.
Although I do want to say that I know exactly what we're talking about. You don't know about winning when it comes to games, right?
Slim Shady on accident.
Indiana Jones 199. Who will be the winner of this matchup? We've seen so many winners in the past. Can we continue the tradition tonight? Steve Joe 93, who's going to be involved in the matchup later on tonight, along with the other fellows, joining us in TGW tonight. Xbox, listen, you are eliminated here. So now you can properly spectate. If you were one of these superstars, just pick any. What would you do in a strategy standpoint to combat the kill balls, to combat all these tricks this map employs?
Well, if I was Steve, though, I would stand still and let the ball just run me over, because, I mean, the same thing's going to happen to him. Whenever the 3v3 is going to happen, he's going to die. I'm going to win. It's going to be a fun night.
Well, the 3v3 expected, again, a couple of weeks now in TGW, the first ever clan battle on Halo Reach. As you can see, Waters was desperately trying to reach to the end, but I believe another member may have surpassed Waters. That was, I could be wrong, but I think that's Grumpy. It is Grumpy. Grumpy is now, again, trying to do all he can to try to reach to the end. But folks, going back to Waters. Waters did it. Waters did it. Waters now surpassing. Watch out for the kill ball. The other members now stayed behind. You got to watch out for them as Waters now continues the platform here. Steve Joe 93 went down. All the other superstars went down, and Waters now becoming the last man standing. That was the final round. But I'll tell you, folks, again, this was a little snippet. This was, I guess, to whet your appetite of what's going to be happening in a couple weeks away whenever the Gaming Weekly does the Parkour Championship. Well, it was an absolutely incredible evening here tonight, folks. I would like to take this opportunity right now to thank each and every single one of the great TGW superstars who decided to join us tonight for the Gaming Weekly game night. What a wonderful evening it has been. We have one more matchup later on. It's happening actually right now. It is the anticipated Sword Tournament Championship on the line. To reset the stage, the Sword Tournament champion Mark, who won it a few weeks ago, no longer going to be a Sword Tournament champ. He's holding that championship at advance. Well, the 3 contenders now tonight being Slim Shady, Ladies and gentlemen, we got an interesting debacle that is happening live tonight in TGW. Everybody, the Sword Tournament title on the line. You can see the matchup beginning to break down already. Now, I was going to preface this by saying that Mark, the former Sword Tournament champion, is not going to be here tonight. He is relinquishing the title, meaning that there's going to be a new Sword Tournament champion crowned. And get this, Waters, who got eliminated moments ago, will be replacing Mark. So it is a fatal four-way, the three contenders plus Waters. But nonetheless, Steve Joe, 93 alive, Grumpy, and Slim Shady. Here comes the matchup. Oh my, Slim Shady, though, reaching the 2 points, got eliminated moments ago. Steve Joe must be upset, as Steve Joe was about to knock down Slim, and Slim got eliminated moments ago. It is up to 5 rounds, and I'll tell you, folks, again, whoever has the most amount of points by the 5th round will win the matchup. Slim Shady with 2, still winning here tonight. Now, Xbox, out of all the 4 gentlemen involved in the game, who do you believe is going to have the upper hand, the upper edge in this match?
Well, considering that Waters is the current Gladiator champion, I would say him, but he did not technically qualify. So, honestly, I mean, I don't know.
Well, Waters does have some credentials in TGW, but nonetheless, though, Waters getting knocked down. I like the move that Waters made. I believe it was Slim Shady. Slim Shady's, well, his shields were down. Waters locked his eyes on a Slim Shady and said, hey, you know what? His shields are down. I'm going to go ahead and capitalize on the moment. Went after Slim Shady, and then Steve Joe, though, knocked down, I believe, Waters. But, folks, again, free-for-all action. It is the Sword Tournament on the line. I got to eliminate myself right now so I can spectate this wonderful match right before our very eyes. XboxFreakPete and Adrian mad at game side. Steve Joe getting eliminated here. Here comes Waters. My pick to win the matchup, but it's Slim Shady, though, who out of nowhere, though. Slim Shady with 4 points now.
Nice.
Xbox, we could be seeing the new Sword Tournament champion crown, and that man could be Slim Shady to be the new Sword Tournament champion.
Yeah, dude, I mean, Slim Shady could represent TGW, the Sword Tournament Championship, in a positive outlook, I believe.
But Waters is still, again, he is behind Slim Shady, and now tying up the score with 4, now 5 points. Waters from out of nowhere, it's reached up to 5. Xbox, Waters could be the Sword Tournament champion. It really is an unpredictable game. You have no idea who's going to win, but Waters could be the winner here tonight. That's 5 points at this juncture here.
Yeah, dude, Waters.
What an absolutely incredible game. But I'll tell you this much, Xbox, I don't think anyone's going to be expecting Waters to win. I'm not quite sure. I mean, Waters could be winning, but also it could be anyone's game, too. It could be Slim Shady from out of nowhere. Could bounce back in the matchup. And look at this. Oh, my God, he got to be. I can't believe it. Waters now reaching at 6 points now. Grumpy's still alive. Grumpy has 3 points, but Waters is going to capitalize on the momentum that he's gaining. Can you imagine this? Waters does it. Waters has secured the Sword Tournament Championship, a Gladiator champion, and Waters now becoming the Sword Tournament champion. He did it. He did it. Waters is now a dual champion. Waters proving everybody in the Gaming Weekly you can indeed reach it to a dual championship victory.
Waters completely dominated that game, but I gotta give respect to all players.
Hey, Waters should play the lottery. Waters is not only having, listen, he had a great year in 2020. He joined the Gaming Weekly, destroyed everybody in Rocket League and Rainbow Six Siege and Halo and all that stuff, became the Gladiator champion, became the moderator of the year on Discord and such, and now, 2021, kicking off strong for Waters, becoming the Sword Tournament champion. Flustered there, Xbox?
What happened?
Little flustered?
Oh, well, Waters, to be fair, I was a dual champion years before you, so, you know, just...
Oh, wait a minute, Xbox,
yeah,
wait a minute. Hold on for just a second. You claimed that you were going to give the spotlight to these fans,
I'm just going
to these great members here.
I'm just going to scoot into the side real quick.
Well, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to not only a Gladiator champion, but now the Sword Tournament champion. Waters truly is building. It's really under construction, the road to become the Hall of Fame, or at least a Hall of Famer in TGW. Waters now adding the Sword Tournament title in that credential, in that list.
Yeah, man. I mean, Waters, in a way, reminds me of me, which is a very good compliment. So, Waters, take that for granted.
Waters, when he first started in the Gaming Weekly, he basically was just a speck, so to speak. But now he's building his own empire. A grand win tonight, becoming the Sword Tournament champion. Continues to rise above in TGW. Folks, main event time. Announcement at least. We understand that Xbox Freak Pete moments ago agreed to the stipulations given by Steve Joe last week in TGW, stated that, hey, listen, let's do a 3v3 in the clan battle. Well, Xbox Freak Pete earlier tonight did indeed accept. I got word from the TGW producers, and we can confirm, folks, that in exactly 3 weeks from now, it is going to be the first ever 3v3 clan battle. Xbox Freak Pete leading his clan up against the clan over there from Steve Joe and his army. Again, to reset the stage, about 4 weeks ago, the Gaming Weekly introduced, well, a TGW superstar who claimed that he wanted to start his own clan, and, well, I guess that's coming to fruition. We're getting a clan battle indeed. It is happening 3 weeks from now. Clan battle in TGW for the first time on Halo Reach. But what a way to end the night. Waters becoming the Sword Tournament champion. Absolutely incredible job from Waters.